Hello, I'm Dr. Frankenstein, and today I will be painting your lovely brain that you have given to me, and I have not taken. I swear, I have not taken. I've already started painting the thalamus in a bright orange, and if you hear background noise, that, I have living people in my laboratory. But anyways, the thalamus directs sensory to areas of the cortex and replies to the cerebellum and medullum. Yeah. There you go. There's your cerebellum. Medulla. It's the medulla. So, now we are going to move on to your cerebellum. Let me get the paint here, and then we will start. Cerebellum. This controls your fine motor skills. And it's going to be, prop your head up a little bit, right here. So I'm going to paint that this beautiful bright pink. Because even though you are dead and I have your brain, we can make it beautiful. There we go. Now, motor skills can look like an arrangement of things, really, like talking, moving, running, like anything that involves your muscles, connection with your brain, if that makes sense. It's simple but complex, your brain. But that's your cerebellum. 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 Okay. Medullum. This part of the brain, let me get the paint here. This part of the brain is going to be very close to your spinal cord. So I'm going to have to prop you up again. Here's your spinal cord. And it's going to be right around here. Let me paint that bad boy. That little shade of blue. And this is an extension of the spinal cord that coordinates the pulse, respiration, and circulation to the brain and body. And respiration is basically like your chest going up and down as you breathe, like however many seconds it takes to rise and fall. That's respiration, if you needed to hear that. And now moving on to your spinal cord, which again I'm going to have to prop you up again because the spinal cord is very low. So the spinal cord is basically connecting nerve endings to the whole body. This is how you feel things throughout the body, is through your spinal cord. And I'm going to keep on doing and talking and drip paint everywhere. So your spinal cord's like right around here, kind of just chilling, you know, it just kind of, he goes down. And where your brain was slightly painted, it is mixing with the green. So there you go, there's your spinal cord, and your head's kind of falling because may or may not be on a Christmas tree. May or may not be. So now we're going to move on to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is basically where activities are conducted, like eating, drinking, and also body temperature. And this is also a part of the body that, well, part of the brain that partners with the pituitary in me gland, and basically it's linking to emotion. In this part of the brain, I did not get the paint. I sat here and talked and didn't get the paint. Give me a second. This part of the brain is kind of gonna be right around. It's kind of hard because this is a very large brain. It's gonna be right around here. Don't mind the very wrongness Like, your brain is a very bizarre shape, and I do not know how to deal with it, but we leave it. And it's kind of going to be like right through here by this little big nook right there. And now we have dogs. Dogs are barking. So if you hear dogs, it's because the police are coming to get me. Not because I stole your head, but yeah. And now we can move on to the hippocampus, my favorite part, because that's what I'm studying on with All Might and his brother Endeavor. It's a study. You take them and put them apart, and then you put them back together because it deals with the memory. Yes, the hippocampus deals with the memory of the brain. This is why you know who your grandma is from your uncle, you know? This is why you know what a box of cereal is versus a box of, like, rice, you know? Like, you can look at it and you go, oh, that's what that is. And that is all due to this little guy right here. Our little hippocampus right there. We love him. He helps us with our memory. And sometimes it can get damaged. And that can lead to, like, dementia. Because your hippocampus got damaged. And then, the next one is the reticular formation. This one's the fun one for all you interesting people. This one involves arousal. And arousal isn't always bad. I'm just being picky. And basically, this part of the brain is kind of in a weird position. You're kind of going to look at me like, what? So, hang in there. It kind of goes throughout here. Your brain is going to be a mess by the time I'm done. But we will know the parts of the brain. Because you sacrificed so much. And I didn't steal your head. Didn't. Next one is the fun one. Pons. And basically, it just relies information from the cerebrum and the brain. And your pons are normally found kind of in a very obvious spot. They're going to be right around here. Just kind of filling her up. You know? Just kind of right there. That's your pons. Be proud of them. They're proud of you. Now we move on to the corpus. Now we move on to the corpus callosum. And that, I wonder what color we should make it. What color should we make it? It's going to be in kind of like an area. It's going to fill up this area. It's not really a different color. It's not really a different color. But it's kind of just going to hang around here. He's just going to hang kind of around here. There you go. Hope you're proud of him. He's proud of you. I mean, it's not working anymore, but there you go. I've heard about this one, so I hope you're excited about it. The cerebrum. The cerebrum, he's a large boy, okay? He has a big job. So that calls for a big brush. So let me let me find a big brush and a good color. I think we can make him like a good shoot. What could we make him? What could we make him? Give me a second. Okay. After a long thought, I thought to make him yellow, and I think he's actually yellow already, but it's painting your head, so yeah. Here you go. It's a little darker. It's kind of mixing with the pink a little bit. Oopsie. But there's your cerebrum. And basically, this is like voluntary muscle action, you know, big buff guy stuff, right? Any muscular activity you can think of, lifting weights, running, jogging, walking if you can't do any of those. Like anything muscular movement, that's your boy, the cerebrum. And you also have your vision, your speech, your taste, your hearing, and thoughts and memories. But it's a lot of your moving around, thinking, yeah. That's your cerebrum. Hope you're proud of him. He's proud of you. I'm going to keep saying that so that I don't feel bad about taking your head. I didn't take your head. I didn't. You donated it to me. specifically. You wanted me to look at it. Okay. You ready for midbrain? Because I am. Okay. So midbrain is quite literally the middle of the brain. Kind of, he's in a weird position, but you know, just gotta learn to deal with things like that. We're gonna make him a dark blue. And the midbrain basically takes and processes information, like sending it upwards, if that makes sense. So basically, oh no, All Might's gotten stuck. I'll be right back. He's dying. I must save my son. Okay. And just because people like animals, here he is. Here's my son. Look at that. A rat. He's pooped in his ball. I'm so proud of him. Anyways. So now, the midbrain is done. And you know about the midbrain. If you have forgotten, it sends information upwards. Midbrain up. Think about that. And the next one is going to be amygdala. And basically this one is going to be kind of, how do I say this? It's going to be right here by midbrain. It's a fan of midbrain. They're both buddies, pals. What color should we make that one? Let's do this lime green. Let's get some lime green action. Okay. You ready? Goes right here. Basically, that, it's a lymphatic system. And, it works with memory and emotion. So it's going to go hand in hand with the hippocampus. The hippocampus and this one really work together to work on your memory. You know what I mean? All Might, please stop running into me. You may like rats, but I don't. That's why I'm experimenting on him tomorrow. I think I'm crazy, don't you? Okay, so now I love this part of your brain. It's been colored in my artistic skills that I have, but it's time to turn you over so we can work on the lobes and areas. Let's get started. I've already sort of mapped out a few because I like color by number coloring books. I don't know about you all, but it's the brain. It hits different, okay? Okay. So first we're going to start off with the frontal lobe. Can you guess where the frontal lobe is? Dora moment. I bet you can't. I bet you really can't. Well, if you haven't guessed and you're really confused, let's paint it together. Okay. So the frontal lobe has got the biggest job of them all. This is where you become you, almost. As in the sense of, like, moving around, you become you. Because it works with your movement, abstract thinking. Let's just paint this. I need to start painting. Movement, abstract thinking, memory, judgment, and planning. See, whenever I learned that the frontal lobe works with planning, I kind of thought maybe I don't have a frontal lobe. Which it is possible to live without a frontal lobe, or half a frontal lobe, or paint in your hair. Like, that's possible. But it takes a lot out of a person. Like, a lot, I mean, their soul. They're not them anymore. So we're just going to paint this frontal lobe here. All Might's still continuously running around rampant on the floor. I wish I could show you something more fun. But let's talk about also that memory keeping. Because a lot of them seem to keep memories, right? A lot of brain parts keep memories. Makes you wonder why. Like, why are memories so important? Is it like for a learning process? Or is it for like maybe the afterlife? Like, is there some like memory contest in the afterlife? You must like, I don't know everything about your past. Anyways, frontal lobe has been painted as much as possible in my art skills that I know you love to watch me show off. Now we have the temporal lobe. Oh my gosh. Okay, the temporal lobe. Temporal lobe. Okay, the temporal lobe. It's a little, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I actually do know how to explain it. I just don't want to paint it. You know, even scientists can be lazy. But I'm going to use this. Is this purple? I don't know what color this is. I'm colorblind and it's dark in here. So it's going to be kind of around your ears. So I know you don't like people touching your ears. You're not going to like the temporal lobe. Okay. So basically, if it's by your ears, it's going to work with your ears kind of thing. The temporal lobe, it does just that. It works with hearing and language. Basically, if I started talking in French, like bonjour, je m'appelle JC, like if you don't know French, you're gonna look at me like, what the heck? And there's another part of the brain that will also touch into that, but this helps with hearing. And I'm having to move around because your brain is so massive that I'm struggling. So now that's as good as it's going to get because I'm a lazy scientist. Optical lobe. Let's go. And I don't... What color should I make this? I think I'm going to make this one... Ooh, this dark crimson red color. Ominous. Turn you over. There's the back of your brain if you're interested. It's very brainy. Okay, so the optical lobe... my water's about to spill. It's for visual information. Of course, it's not near your eyeballs, but it's for vision. Maybe it's like a theater, and this is where like all the pictures come from, and you're just sitting in the front row watching this little projector show you everything in this world. Hope that's satisfying to watch me paint your brain. And now we're going to do Parietal lobe. We're doing the parietal lobe. Okie dokie. The parietal lobe. Oh my gosh, there's paint on this paintbrush. I've been using them too much. The parietal lobe helps with like your touch, your temperature, position, and tasting. Don't mind me. My brain is also fried. Well, your brain's not fried. It's not fried. I'm not frying your brain. I'm painting it. But anyways, this part of the brain is going to be... Ooh, let's use this color. Ooh, it's a little thick. Ooh. Okay, so this part of the lobe... You ready? You ready? Everyone ready? It's this big part right here. Okay, so... This one, I might just finger paint. I'm not above finger painting your brain. So now this has turned from painting your brain to finger painting your brain. Hope you don't mind. Hope you do not mind. So there you go. I have now finger painted your brain. And my glove is covered. And your brain is covered. And now we're going to talk about the areas. Okay. I'm also going to take this off. I'm not against touching your brain either. Taking off those gloves. They're sweaty anyways. Okay. You ready? The Wiccan's brain area. This is going to be kind of in a weird spot, and we're going to make a lot of crazy colors because that's not dry. So hang in there with me. It's about to get ugly. So it's going to go right around here. Oh gosh. This might not work out. Your brain is just so wet with the other paint that it's just not... It's not working, my dude. So, as I continuously mix this around, you will see that it is, like, kind of right there. Kind of right there. And basically, this just works with your language. You remember when I was talking about this, the temporal lobe? Yeah, that's where this guy works. They work together so that you can understand the language you are speaking / learning. That's right. And the left side is for visuals, okay? Which, this is your left side, so this side would work for visuals, but, you know, I didn't think about that whenever I cut your brain, so. Mistake on my part. Bad scientist, whatever. So now, go to the Broca area. Always like this one. This one does deal with language, but a big but. It also works with muscles. This works with your muscular speech. This is your speaking. This is how I raise my voice, and then it goes down. This is whenever I'm angry, and then I'm happy. Do you see? Kind of creepy. Oh shoot, I just kicked all my... Don't kick your hamsters, guys. It's kind of abusive. But anyways, so we're gonna put this guy, he's gonna... Oh no. You're dripping with pink now. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. Your brain is beautiful. Your face is even prettier. Look at that. So gorgeous. But now you have been painted. You now know the parts of your brain in your deceased life. So, thank you for watching. Even though it was creepy and I didn't steal your brain. Stop saying that. I didn't steal it. The dogs went away. So, I didn't steal your brain. I swear. Bye.